Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Barcelona draw 1-1 against Napoli at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium in the first leg of the UCL round of 16. And honestly, bro, I'm satisfied somewhat with Barca's performance, but I'm extremely disappointed with the result. This game is the epitome of why Barca have been so infuriating to watch throughout this whole season, because in a game where we were seemingly the better team throughout the vast majority of it, we're still walking away with a 1-1 draw, which to me is unacceptable. We should be going back to Montjuic in a month from now, playing that second leg at home with a 2-0 lead at least. At least, bro. Napoli had no business drawing this game. And that to me is super frustrating, bro. It's really, really frustrating. We were the better team. That first half, we totally outplayed them. We totally outplayed them. I mean, we were creating chances for fun. And actually, up until that Victor Osimhen goal from Napoli late in the second half, we were the better team. We were creating all the chances. We had all the momentum. We were controlling. We were dictating the tempo of the game. And Napoli could not get anything going. Napoli looked like the team that's sitting in 9th place in Serie A. That's how bad they looked. Xavi wasn't doing anything. Osimhen wasn't doing anything. And we're just putting a lot of pressure in their back line. But then, what happens? Xavi doesn't make subs. And that to me really changed the whole game. And I'm not putting everything on Xavi today because I think tactically, honestly, he was very, very sharp. I don't think Xavi got many things wrong. But I think the problem with this Barca team, and it's been the problem this whole year, is lack of intensity for 90 minutes. The team just turns off after, like, they play well for, like, it seems like 70 minutes, and then they just turn off. They can't keep that intensity for the full 90, which to me, I don't, like, it's unacceptable. And also, lack of chance conversion. Barca had so many chances to win this game. They had so many chances after the 1-0 to score a second goal and really put the pressure on Napoli and make them go out and get that goal. And then we could obviously attack them, and there would be a lot more gaps in the back because Napoli are going to go out of the way, because when you're down 2-0, you got to go out and you got to force yourself to try and get a goal. But we couldn't do that. And that to me changed the game. And I'm really frustrated with the performance today. Again, I don't think it was all that bad. Honestly, I think it's one of the best games that Barca has played in the past couple weeks, but that's Barca for you. One of the best games you've played in the past couple weeks, and you still can't win the game. And if this was a Barca team from before, if this was the Barca teams with Messi or any of the Barca teams like before that, where, you know, at home, we have the home crowd and we're really, really good at home, I'd be like, okay, you know what, a 1-1 is fine because we'll take that, we'll go back home and we'll pummel them. But we don't get that guarantee with this Barca team. We might go back, here's the thing, here's what I don't want. I don't want to look back at this first leg and regret it. Because I don't want the second leg at home, we lose all of a sudden, like God forbid, we lose that game, and then we're looking back at this first leg and we're saying, oh my God, all these chances we missed. I don't want that. I don't want a Dembele situation at the Camp Nou, and then we go back to Anfield, and we're like, imagine if Dembele scored that goal. Imagine if Gundogan scored that goal. Imagine if Lamine scored that goal. I don't want to do that, bro. And that's the reason why I'm so frustrated today, because we really should have won this game by at least 2 goals. Honestly, we should have. Napoli had 1 shot on target this whole game, and it was the Victor Osimhen goal. And then after the game flipped, Napoli were the better team for the last 20 minutes after Osimhen scored that goal, which was a mistake from Inigo Martinez in a way, because he's obviously coming up to try and get that ball. And then also Ter Stegen, should he be doing better there? I mean, Osimhen's like 5 yards away from him. I'm not sure. But to me, what I really want to focus on, guys, and you can let me know your opinion, because again, people think I'm picking on Xavi. By the way, great goal from Lewandowski. I think Gundogan in the first half was amazing. I'm going to shout out some of my standout players first before I get to this, because this second part is going to take up a lot more of the video. But shout out to Lewandowski, great goal. I thought he played fairly well today, especially in that first half. He's still a little bit too static in my opinion. I think we should have had some more mobility in that strike role, because we could have exposed a lot of the flaws in Napoli's back line with some more speed in behind. But again, he scored his goal today. He's been on form for the past couple games. I'm happy for Leo and the fact that he got his goal. I mean, great for him. I think Lamine Yamal had one of his most ineffective games, in the past couple games. But I still think he was decent. I thought Gundogan in that first half was class. I thought Bailey was really, really good. Obviously, had the assist in between the legs. A beautiful pass. I think the back line played well today, bro. I think Araujo looked great. I think Koundé looked really, really good. I mean, they neutralized Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia for the majority of that game. I think the back line looked really, really solid. I think Frankie de Jong played really, really well. I think Christensen, is he my favorite DM in the world? No, but I mean, he does a job better than some other guys in there. So, you know, I think the squad overall, again, I think the squad played well. I think just the chance creation and the lack of intensity was just not there. And now that leads me to Xavi, bro. Which, look, man, again, I think Xavi today tactically wasn't that far off. Like, I think the performance in and of itself was pretty decent. Again, the result, take the result away, because obviously we drew the game, which isn't great. But I think what Xavi's, like, the game plan that he put out was decent, and it actually worked for the majority of the game. But for me, what pisses me off is the lack of substitutions. And my biggest problem with Xavi, and it's always been my biggest problem with Xavi, and if you follow me for a long time, you know I've been preaching this for a minute now. It's not 20/20 hindsight. It's not just me complaining in the moment. It's not just me following a trend. Xavi's man management and lack of adjustment in the moment is terrible. His lack of reaction in the moment is terrible, bro. He does not, like, he waits for shit to go bad and then he makes a change. He's not proactive with his changes, and today we saw that. There is no, sorry, I hit my mic, holy fuck, that happens a lot. There is no reason why we should be making our first sub in this game in the 80th minute. It does not exist. There's not a single reason. No one can tell me why. Lamine Yamal, Pedri, and who else? Lamine Yamal and Pedri were gassed, bro. They were gassed in that second half. They were gassed. You could see it. I could see it from my TV here. Everybody in my chat, on my watch-along could see it. By the way, shout out to everybody that came out to the watch-along. You guys are truly the greatest. It was a great watch-along. One of the best we've ever had, honestly. I loved it. But everybody, we could all see it. And you bring in your first sub in the 80th minute, it's Rafinha. You don't bring in Victor Roque. I said it right this time. Victor Roque. You don't bring in Joao Felix until the 85th minute. That's unacceptable, man. You're seeing the performance. I mean, we're seeing what's happening. You can go out and get that second goal. This is the same shit that happened against Real Madrid. You guys remember that game against Real Madrid in montjuic in October? We're winning 1-0. We're dominating that first half. We're looking like the better team. In the second half, we had chances to go out and get that second goal, be proactive, make attacking substitutions, and go out and get that game. And we didn't do it. And then what happens? Real Madrid comes back and they win the game with their subs and what Ancelotti did in that second half. And today, it was the same thing. There's no reason why you shouldn't be making a sub until the 80th minute. In a game like this, it's unacceptable, bro. You see the players are gassed, and you don't make a sub. Like, Lamine Yamal has been playing for way too long, bro. Pedri's been playing way too many games. You got to change them. You have Fermin Lopez on the bench. Why don't you play him more? You have Victor Roque, who you brought in for 40 million pounds or euros, whatever the fuck it is. You brought him in from the Brazilian league. This kid has proven he can come off the bench and score. We're not guessing anymore. We've seen it against better opposition this year. We've seen Victor Roque come off come off the bench and actually score goals against better opposition than this Napoli team, because this Napoli team is, honestly, I watched this whole game. It's one of the worst teams we've played this whole year. Napoli looked terrible, bro. Napoli looked like shit today. I'm not even trying to be hyperbolic. Like, for the first 70 minutes of that game, they looked like fucking Barbastro. They honestly looked that bad. They looked like a Division 3 team. They were terrible today. They couldn't do anything. Like, they had one shot on goal this whole game. We were controlling this whole game. And we've seen Victor Roque come in and do that and perform. You're not guessing anymore. Bring him on. Bring in Roque and see what he can do. Again, Lewandowski scored a goal. And again, I'm grateful for Lewan, the fact that he scored a goal. I'm super happy for him. This is not me trying to criticize Lewandowski, but he is old, man. You bring in the youth, you put him down the middle, and you see what he can do. You bring in Joao Felix, and you see what he can do. You take Capelli. You bring in Rafinha. You should have changed that. Like, you should have made those changes in the spot. And especially because in the start of that second half, we looked very static up until that goal. So even before the goal, we weren't looking great. So to me, that's got to change. And that's one of the reasons why I'm, like, this might sound harsh, but I'm happy that Xavi's leaving. And I truly believe that with a better manager, this leg would have been over today. It would have been over today. Again, I think Xavi tactically got it almost spot on. Again, not perfectly, because we drew the game, so obviously he didn't get it perfectly right. But the chances were there. So, you know, he kind of did his part there. But to me, the biggest role of a manager, yes, tactics are huge. But at the end of the day, the players got to go out there and implement those tactics. So you only have so much you can do at that point. But you have all the control on what subs you can make. You can literally pick the players you want to see come in and come out, and what moment you want them to come in and come out. And when you're looking at this game, and we're looking at this game, and we're literally, our untrained eye, I've never played football professionally before. I've never coached a professional game. And I promise you, most people in my chat are the same way. Okay, most people in my chat watching the watch along, which is obviously I can speak to that because we're talking about the game in real time. Everybody was saying in the chat, make a sub. I'm saying make a sub. And Xavi he's standing, him and his fucking brother standing there on the pitch in fucking Naples, Italy. You like watching the game, and you're not proactive enough. You're not reacting fast enough to make a substitution. That's unacceptable, bro. And I don't want that to come back and bite us in the ass. And I'm afraid it might. I'm afraid it might. So I don't know, man. Again, I don't want to make it seem like I'm complaining too much, because look, I'm a Barcelona fan. I grew up watching this team make UCL quarterfinals and semifinals and finals. I mean, I've watched all those teams. Like, obviously, I'm not happy with a 1-1. But again, I get it. It's the UCL. Man City last year against Leipzig. Remember, they drew their first game of the round of 16, and they ended up putting 7 past them in the second. Like, remember that game where Haaland scored 5? Again, are we Man City last year? Not even fucking close. But it happens in the UCL sometimes. You play that first leg away from home, you get a result, you get a tie, and then you go back in the second leg and you get the win, and you pummel those teams. That happened with Barca against Man United. Remember in 2019, the Messi year, we drew with them at Old Trafford. Maybe we won 1-0. I'm pretty sure. Or against Chelsea in 2018. We drew against them in Stamford Bridge, and then the second leg, we pummeled them. It happens all the time. I get that. But this Barca team is not that Messi team, and it's not that Man City team. We can't be risking going back home because we don't know how this Barca team's going to play. We could have a Barca team that plays like they did today, where 70 minutes they're amazing and then they fall apart. Or we could have a Barca team where the whole game they fall apart and they're terrible. Or we could have a rare occasion where Barca plays amazing. They play like 2011 Barca. Am I confident in that? Not really. But, my point is Barca's so unpredictable this year. We can't take a chance now. We can't take a chance and we can't just say, we'll see what happens in the other game. In the second leg at Montjuic. We can't do that. So, again, it's about being proactive and making changes on the fly and reacting to what you're seeing. And, you have all that talent on the bench. You have Fermin Lopez on the bench. Use him. You have Victor. You have Roque on the bench. Use him. Rafinha, he came in today. Didn't do anything, but again, you're not giving him much time, so I'm not really going to criticize Rafinha for that. Everybody's killing him right now. I'm not going to criticize Rafinha. Do I think he's amazing? No, but again, you give the guy 10 minutes or whatever it is that he got, can't really make much of an impact in that sense. But again, I think that this game was lost because our lack of going out there and just being more aggressive, and that's killed us a lot this year. No, I didn't have to burp. Sorry, it was about to come out, but it didn't come out. But yeah, man, I don't know. I want to know what you guys think. Again, I don't want this to come back and bite us in the ass because I know how this Barca team is, and I don't want when I'm doing my yap session a month from now about the second leg, I don't want to be here and say, you know what, you know why we lost? Because we didn't take our chances in the first leg. I don't want that to happen because we had a golden opportunity here to go back to our home stadium with a comfortable lead and put the shit to bed and put away a team that we're better than, and we proved it today. And we proved it today for most of the game that we're better than them. And we could have just said, you know what, we're good to go now. We're gonna go back, and we're basically securing a spot to the quarterfinals. Again, if Barca would have won today 2-0, I'm not guaranteeing this team is gonna go back home and win the game and win the tie. Because again, like I've said multiple times in this video, there's nothing guaranteed with this Barca team this year. Nothing is guaranteed, and everything is unpredictable. It's like a toxic relationship. It's up and down, up and down. It's like a fucking roller coaster, bro. You never know what you're gonna get. But I would have liked our chances a lot more than 1-1. And you're giving Napoli some life now where they're going back and saying, you know what, we didn't even play well this game, and we drew against them. We played like mostly shit this game, and all we needed was one chance, and we drew against this team. So what's to say we can't do the same in the second leg? They're going to probably build that confidence in themselves. And they're going to be like, oh, we did this today, we can do it again in a month from now. And maybe our players get healthier, and who knows, maybe more time to prepare. The new manager's going to have more time with the new players. Who knows what Napoli team we see a month from now? But again, that's just my opinion, man. I'm disappointed, but it's weird. I'm disappointed, but at the same time, I'm happy because, like I said, it's one of the best Barca performances that I've seen in the past couple weeks. But we still drew the game, so I'm not really happy. And it's the UCL and this competition. You can't give these teams life, bro. Especially when you're better than a team, you can't give them life, and you can't make them believe that they have life. And today, I think we did that, which I'm disappointed in. But again, I think overall the players played fairly well. I think the backline played as well as it has in a couple months now. I think the front three, for the majority of the game, played really, really well. I thought Gundogan first half was really, really sharp. Probably our best player in the first half. Second half, not so much. But still, Gundogan, he's older. He was still doing his thing for a lot of the game. Frankie de Jong was class today, in my opinion. But yeah, man, I mean, disappointed. But again, we ride. We'll see what happens in a month from now. Visca Barça, man. I believe in this team to go back to in a month from now to play at Montjuic and win the game. And yeah, man, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Am I out of line? Do you guys think I'm spot on? I'd love to know in the comment section. Let's talk about it. And yeah, man, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.